So, how can I preach about all these things and not go red in the face? Well, part of it is you don't hear it being preached from the pulpit. It's an embarrassing subject, all this stuff. Somebody's got to preach it. Not one of those things I've talked about do I not know about. I've been involved in all of that, one way or the other. I've been there. When I preached in prisons, I was best respected by the inmates because I'd been in there. When I was in the gangs, I spent some time in prison. I can feel for the prostitute. I've been involved. Brothels one time or another in my life. I understand where they're coming from, and I understand where the guys are coming from. And I can tell you, sexual issues aren't going to go away, especially for the Christian. They're going to be there. It doesn't take much of a trigger to start pushing some of the old thoughts. But you see, that's part of the battle. Some of Jesus' strongest disciples, like Mary Magdalene, followers, was a prostitute. Masturbation's been there from the beginning of time. Pornography, prostitutes in the early days, way back. I think I've spoken about this before. Prostitutes and a box of Weet-Bix. They used to put drawings, dirty drawings, around their doorways so that men would stop and have a look. I said back then that if you get involved in pornography, you'll end up being involved with prostitutes. That's a fact. And pornography is never fulfilling because it's never enough. You just want more and more and more. The eye's never satisfied with having. I think if we chose hell out of heaven because we just wanted to get that sexual tickle all the time, we're going to be very sorry people when we get to hell. We discover what a choice has been made all about. When those hellfires forever and ever start hitting us, we're going to be worried. Can't be good then. Decision's got to be made. Something I don't understand is we spend a whole life searching for pleasure or to have our pleasures fulfilled, and our life consists of what? 70 years here on the earth. We put up with a lot of shit, sicknesses and all sorts of other stuff in our lives. Yet when it comes to an offer of eternity, where God says, "In my presence is everlasting joy, and at my right hand are pleasures forevermore," we choose everlasting pain and the lake of fire. Now that's not logical. Would we choose it if we knew where we were going and what heaven and eternity was all about? I don't think we would. But you see, there's something wrong with that. There's something wrong with it. I don't know what it is, but there seems to be a flaw in our human nature. You see, in the Old Testament, Israel didn't get into the Promised Land. And it was the same scenario, same choice. They had to believe that God would do what He said He would. And this goes for us as well. We've got to believe that God is, and that He is a rewarder for them that diligently seek Him. Now, most people aren't looking for God today. They don't care. But you see, then the church has let people down as well, because they haven't really told the proper story. The whole gospel is actually about choosing life, choosing to believe God. Same as Israel. They didn't choose to believe God, so they condemned themselves to wandering in the desert for 40 odd years till they all died out. Then their children got in. Then they didn't choose to believe God, so what's Israel doing today over there? Fighting to stay alive as a nation. So we're a funny bunch. Real funny. Now, we don't even make a decision to find out if there is a God or not. You see, that's the issue. We have to choose. Choose to look for a star, and then when you find him, you need to start believing that he'll do what he says he will. This is in the area of healing, it's in the healing area of everything in your life. It's not hard, but it seems to be too hard for most.